Hello everyone. If you're like me, then Easter is a very special celebration in your family life. We know that Easter is special for all kinds of people. First of all, we have the wonderful celebrations that we share in church. With Good Friday, the Passion of the Lord, with Holy Saturday Vigil, with baptisms and confirmations, and of course we have the wonderful Easter Sunday Masses, where we gather in church to celebrate the resurrection of Jesus. So Easter is a joyful time. It's joyful for families because adults know that we gather together for special meals, and gathering together after 2 years of pandemic is really important for us today. We know it's also special for children and exciting for children. Why? Because of the Easter bunnies, the chocolate bunnies and chocolate Easter eggs and the egg hunts. Those are all very exciting times for children to share in these special treats. Easter is a special time of celebration and joy. But I like to think that Easter is also a wonderful celebration of hope. Hope is the virtue that gives us the courage to continue on in our lives even when things don't work out the way we expect or as reasonably as we want. Hope. Easter is a time of hope. We are hoping, of course, that soon we will be through this pandemic of COVID and that we'll be able to get back to some kind of normalcy in our lives. We are hoping that our children who are returning to school, and after 2 years of difficulties of school and closing schools, that they will be able to cope and adjust once again to a routine in their school lives for learning. We are hoping that our economy will, of course, come back after COVID, and that people maybe who have lost their jobs or businesses that were closed during this time will be able to open once again and will be prosperous again, and people will return to work. We are hoping that there will be fewer people who get sick with this pandemic and have to go to our hospitals, and so our hospitals and special care facilities won't be as overwhelmed as they have been in the past. We are hoping for many things around us, but we are also hoping for many things within our world. We are hoping that struggling countries will do better with their economies and that poor people will be given the assistance that they need in their lives. We are hoping especially that the war in Ukraine will be end, and that the people who had left their country in Ukraine will be able to return soon in order to rebuild their country through a world effort. I know that in my home I have a special glass bowl in the center of my dining room table that is filled with painted Easter eggs, similar to the ones that are next to me here. I understand that painted eggs are a tradition among the Ukrainian people. And every time I pass the bowl and look at the colored eggs, I think of the Ukrainian people and their suffering, and I say a prayer for them. I think that's important for all of us to do. As we pass from Good Friday suffering with the Lord into Easter joy, the people of Ukraine and many people in our world are still hoping that they will reach that Easter joy, and they're still in the suffering of the Lord's Passion. This Easter, as we gather, we hope for many things. And above all, of course, as followers of Jesus, we hope to share in the resurrection and eternal life that Jesus has won for us. As his followers, we do our very best to follow his example in our lives, to be generous, to be compassionate, to reach out to one another, especially those in need. That is the call of Easter. That is the call of following Christ. May this Easter be a special time, not only of joy and excitement within your homes, but also an Easter filled with hope. Hope for all those things that we ask the Lord to guide us to make our lives better, not only for our own families, but for the people of our world. My prayer for you is that your family will have an Easter filled with joy and filled with hope. And I ask God's blessing upon all of you in a special way this Easter. May you have a happy and a holy Easter season.